Good morning, everyone. It is Coach Erica here, your friendly and fabulous online personal trainer and menopause coach. I'm here almost every week, very quickly talking about things health, fitness, wellness, menopause related. I always try to make my coaching videos 10 minutes or less, quick, digestible tidbits that hopefully you can take with you and make changes to your life immediately that day. And if you like these, please share them on your own pages or to your stories, because that is how I grow my business and stay healthy and thriving. So just take a moment after you watch it, do a little share, let everyone else hear the one thing I've seen fit and healthy women do consistently, the one thing they have in common. Do you know what it is? We're going to answer that today. In the meantime, I just sent out my monthly women's wellness newsletter. It had all kinds of awesome goodies in it, including 2 challenges coming up this month. Actually, I've already started them. One strength program, which is always on the calendar, I have space in, and the March Miles Challenge. So if you'd like to be on the newsletter list, pop a little comment in the reply below and I will add you so that you get that one and you get the new ones coming forward. I always like to highlight a success story, and I did that this month with one of my clients who's a triathlete and a longtime client and overall successful lady, so check it out. Okay, what is the one thing women over 40 do consistently who are healthy, fit, have results that I see? The one thing. They walk. They might do all kinds of other things. They might do strength training on the side. They might go to rowing classes. They might be triathletes, right? But in general, they walk. I have friends, clients, colleagues who have all kinds of different health and wellness goals, but inevitably, the ones who are able to maintain a healthy weight and body fat percentage, who can see results, who feel healthy, who have the least amount of injury, generally get in 10,000 steps a day. They might not get in 10,000 steps every day, but they might get in 6,000 one day, 12,000 the next, etc. Some of them have dogs and they get it because they have to do dog walks. That's one way I get mine in. Some do really long walks every day. I have a friend who does a 6-mile loop every single day as part of her general wellness routine. I have people who are hikers, long distance or short distance, backpackers. Some of them split their walks. This includes the dog walkers, or other ones might say, oh, I do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, or I have a goal to do just 5 miles in a week, depending on my schedule. So there are a lot of different ways to achieve the walking goals that you have, but that is one thing I have just always noticed. They are moving their bodies on a regular basis, independently of training. If you're like an endurance athlete, it's a little bit different because you're doing long sets of exercise anyway. But everybody else, weekend warriors, just generally active people who want to be fit and healthy, we want you to start walking so that you are moving your body, getting your steps in on a daily basis. The last thing that I think people need to be doing is sitting more these days. So let's talk about how to actually get in 10,000 steps a day. First, figure out how many you're getting in now. Wear a watch, some other kind of tracker. Old school pedometers are a little bit hard to find, but you can find them still. Just find out how many you're doing right now. If it's low, say 3,000 steps a day, for example, I don't want you to try to go to 10,000 right away. That is going to be defeating. Let's say you start with whatever you have now, and let's just try to increase by 10% this week. So if you get 3,000 in, let's try to get 3,300 in. For me, I get about 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. So that gives you an idea of how long you'd have to walk, depending on your stride length, etc., to get in the steps that you want to get in. One way, break it up. 10 minutes times 3 times a day. Everybody can do a 10-minute walk before work in the morning. Does anybody particularly want to? Probably not. But what I have found, because I do that very often with the dog, is that it just loosens me up. You know, like I wake up tight these days. Many of us do as we get a little bit older. And so just that walk, even if it's around the block or on the treadmill for 10 minutes, loosens up my body and like helps me feel just a lot better. 10 minutes at lunch, 10 minutes after work, right? So if you need to increase your steps, just add 5 or 10 minute increments every once in a while. Take a break every hour at work. Do a lap around your floor, right? It's a great way to not only reset your brain after you've been sitting so long, reset your posture, and also connect with your connect with your coworkers, right? We don't get to connect with people in person that much anymore. So if you go to an actual office, maybe try setting your alarm every hour. Just get up for a quick short walk. These little tidbits, these little snippets do actually start to add up throughout your day. Walking meetings are another good one. Can you take a meeting outside and walk? Can you take your group? Good morning. There's a lot of people interested in this topic. I'll go through it again. I always like to review quickly as we go through for people who come in halfway. Walking meetings. So, you know, if you go in person to work still, can you do a walking meeting? If you're in an office, I have a client who actually has one of those very small office treadmills, and she will walk while she's doing meetings. It seems maybe ridiculous or silly, but it works. It keeps you from sitting for long periods of time. So that's some ways you could work it into your workday. When you take that break every hour from your desk, fill up your water, go to the bathroom, do a set of stairs. Like there's a lot of different things you can do that honestly don't take a lot of time. And people tell me like, I don't have time when I'm at work. Yes, you do. Unless you're a brain surgeon, you work in an ER department, you are a construction worker, a shift worker. If you are a standard office worker, you have time to take 5 minutes in between meetings. Who does your scheduling? Make sure they're scheduling 5 to 10 minutes in between your meetings so that you can do it and get up. It's not healthy to be sitting all day. I feel very strongly about that if you can't tell. And then how else to get your steps in? So the one thing, if you just tuned in, that all the women I know that are successful, whether my friends, clients, colleagues, they walk. They get in 10,000 steps a day on average. All right. So we're talking about how to get that into your day. The other of those old school tried and true methods that you heard of way long ago. Park your car farther away from the grocery store. Take the stairs instead of an elevator. Stop ordering things online. Go to a grocery store or go to a department store. Check those out first. All those things we used to do as part of our daily routine, and now we don't have to because everything is at the tips of our fingers. Well, all that ease of living has also cost us walking steps. So again, just start to build these little bits good morning, Liz, into your daily routine if you are not someone who is walking a lot and getting your steps in, because it will add up. The last one, get a dog. That's a big one. I know that's a huge life changer, but honestly, I noticed I was traveling last week. I didn't have the dog. All of a sudden I didn't have to walk. I was stiffer in the morning. I wasn't getting my steps in. So that is one of the best ways. There's lots of pups in the shelters right now. So that's an extreme one, but get a dog. So, moral of the story. If you are not an endurance athlete, if you're an endurance athlete, you're going to probably be getting your steps in anyway. However, if you're on break, it's not season, maybe you're taking a recovery week, the one thing all women do that have been successful, regardless of their other training habits, weightlifting, boxing, whatever, is they walk. As I said, some break it up. Multiple little walks throughout the day. Some of them do it all at once. Some of them hike. So look at your current routine. Take a look at your steps. If you're not getting them in, it is the most successful way to guarantee that you are staying moving throughout the day. You're burning calories. You're giving a break from your sitting posture so that you can work on your standing proper posture and all those good things. And it's good for the mental wellness as well. So if you liked this, please share it. I'm here almost every week talking about health and wellness. I have some spots in semi-private training right now in classes. So if you are a woman over 35 and you really want to increase your strength, I use the principles based on perimenopause and menopausal life stages. Totally blanked for a second. So that means heavy lifting, metabolic conditioning, some dietary changes, etc. So definitely contact me if you need some help reaching your goals and you haven't quite found that right fit yet. All right, go out and make it a great day, and I will see you next week.